Hello, Thoron.
Oh, Ray,
Yeah.
guess what?
What?
Guess what the internet is?
I don't know. I could think of any number of adjectives.
Yeah,
Smart, beautiful.
yeah, smart, intelligent, uh, well established, good, um, bad,
Yeah.
not well established. That's my favorite adjective. But
It
I think that the internet, more than anything, is stupid, personally.
really.
Yeah. Anyway, so this honestly, this is a bad example of stupidity. It's not that bad. So what is we're gonna be looking at some posts today that I find pretty funny.
I see.
Okay, so what is better? What is better to give a homeless person? So there's money, food, or unsure.
You're not streaming.
Well, damn.
Yeah. You fucked up today.
Yeah. All right. So what's better to give to a homeless person? Money, food, or unsure? What would you say?
Oh man. I mean, I guess I'm unsure.
Wow, you're unsure. Okay. Well, here's my analysis of this and my answer. So
I mean, I would say food, just because if you give them money, they're probably gonna spend it on drugs.
yeah, that's what the majority would say, and that's what they're gonna say. And I actually disagree with that.
Really.
Yeah, I'm a disagreeer of that
You
thing,
you
and
have
here's why.
controversy.
Here's why. So there's a lot of factors you need to take into account. So it depends how much money. It depends how much food. But in general, I think it's better to give money, and here's why. Okay, here's why. So yeah, most people said food, and yeah, I get the reasoning for that. Like they're probably gonna go spend it on drugs, and that's a waste. But as soon as you give them money, like you can give them money or food, and you're losing money either way. You're losing money either way. So
Oh, that is
the
true.
effect is the same to you. And what they do with your money is not your concern. Like if they're gonna go spend it on drugs, that's their fault, and they have to live with the consequences of that. Okay, but
Yeah.
here's why money is better to have. Because not every person who's homeless is like a drug dealer, or like it's not always their fault that they're homeless. Some people are genuinely just like in a bad situation, and they're good people, and they would love to get out of it if they could. And what money lets them do, money lets them take a shower to look and smell nice. They could possibly go to a job interview and get a job, and then start making their own money to buy their own food, and then it's sort of an upward spiral.
You know what? You've convinced me.
Yeah, that's why I always give money if I'm gonna do something for a homeless person.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, because like if you give them food, inevitably they're still in the same situation, though it is nice for them to eat for that day.
True.
Anyway, so I used to always give cash until one dude ruined it for me. I was outside a gas station. A dude asked me, and I said, "Hey, maybe I can just buy you something in there." He goes, "They only have junk food. I need something better." While there's nothing glamorous there, they had some fine options. The dude just wanted me to pay for either cigarettes or his drug dealer, and I wouldn't do it. So now if someone asks me for cash, I'll just offer to buy food, and if not interested, I'm out.
I
Yeah,
see.
so that's
So
basically the reasoning.
if anyone at all asks him for cash, that's it. If it's not for food, then it's just off the table.
His mom's like, "Hey, I forgot my wallet at home. Can I have can I borrow some cash so I can buy this like hat?" He's like, "Well, how about I buy you some food instead?" How about
Yeah.
that? All right.
Yeah. I think yeah.
So yeah, that's to be expected. Oh yeah. So I also want to talk about this really weird trend that I've seen.
Really. A
Yeah.
weird trend.
Yeah.
That's new.
So it's just people. They create these posts and they ask what it like stuff like this. What's the real Google logo? and they just have some options that are obviously wrong, and then the correct one, and then another, and then like more, like it's just it's weird.
Does anyone get this wrong?
I don't think so. Wow, apparently people have. 3% of people guessed wrong. Interesting.
Huh.
And let's see what the comments like. Hint: the actual logo starts all stars, all three primary colors, plus a hybrid color. Wow, I can't believe it. All three of them.
Good shit.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best shit, bro. This guy is
Yeah,
pumping out just high quality daily content.
that's right.
Yeah, it's just like some pointless stuff. Yeah. There's another one here. Let me bring that up. Correct, correct logo of iPhone. Bro, this
Huh.
is weird. It's a full apple.
It is a full apple.
That's weird to look at. Oh, here's one with 2 bites.
3 is pretty weird too.
Yeah, 3 is pretty weird. Just like it's like an apple core. I like 4. I actually like 4. It's weird to see just a fresh apple.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see.
Yeah, it's untainted. But yeah, obviously 2 and wait. Okay, wow. Okay, that's weird. I can understand why some people might have thought this, but like really, 2% of people chose this. It's very
Yeah,
strange. I'm very surprised 1% of people chose this. I
I
mean, that's
honestly
just
think
it just doesn't look
those just,
it doesn't give off the same vibe.
whoever chose those just they weren't paying attention or they just clicked one at random.
Yeah, or maybe they're just like memeing and they were just like intentionally choosing wrong.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that's a very weird trend.
it is strange.
Bro,
What?
here we go. It's a manhood post. Woman instantly regrets being greedy in this child support court, in this child support court, and the judge humbled her.
Oh man, woman
Uh,
gets humbled by judge.
child support isn't enough. Man, they're always getting humbled.
Yeah, they
These
really
women
are.
just constantly being humbled.
Yeah.
No
No
more
more marriage.
marriage. Man, he's putting his foot down.
Abolish marriage.
Yeah, he's had about enough.
Yeah.
Why abolish marriage? People could just not get married, you know? Like you don't have to get married.
Yeah, it is possible.
That's so weird.
Yeah, if they don't abolish marriage, they'll just find themselves getting married against their wills.
Yeah, like if you don't want to get married, just don't get married.
Yeah,
That's like, but like some people do like to get married. So it's like if you hated the taste of apples, you're like, you know what? I'm putting my foot down. Apples are no longer legal to eat. You
yeah,
cannot eat any more apples.
yeah,
It's like because they hate eating apples so much, the idea of anyone actually enjoying eating an apple just makes them sick.
yeah. We need to abolish them.
Yeah, we need to make it. We need to abolish apples. Yeah, yeah. We got another manhood one. I always go back to manhood because he's very goofy. He's
Daily
easy to laugh
reminder.
at. So
Single, because no one is loyal these days.
daily reminder, single because no one is loyal these days.
Oh, is it just a daily reminder that no one is loyal?
Yeah, it's weird that he said daily reminder because he doesn't post this daily.
Yeah, he does not.
Like he doesn't. This is the first time he's posted this. I since I don't even know.
Yeah,
It's been a while. I think the comments are actually funnier than sometimes his actual posts. Absolute truth. Better to be alone than in bad company, as the saying goes. Powerful but very true words. Yeah, it's very rare that you hear something that's true and powerful.
yeah,
Usually, powerful words are just lies.
Yeah, it's powerful, but shockingly, it's also true.
Yeah, amazingly.
Yeah.
12 out of 12 relationships I've been cheated on. Actually, 100% of my entire experience. Oh my gosh. No way. That's awful. For real? Yikes. How does that even happen? 12 out of 12. Does he just have like a really low standard or something? I can't imagine like actually. I don't know. I can't imagine trying to get like. That's just. I don't know. That's very unlikely. Like if you think about like this statistically.
Yeah, that's true. That's unfortunate.
Maybe all 12 of all 12 of the people who he was dating have slept with at least 10 guys, making their chance of cheating on him 100%.
Ah, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we learned from Hamza that actually increases their chance of cheating on you by roughly 10% each time.
Yeah, that is
So
true. It's a
10
fact.
times is all it takes for it to be a guarantee.
Yeah.
Single is amazing. No winning, no whining. It's great. Yep.
You what? I don't
Ye-
understand why he gives all these just low effort responses.
I don't know. Better to
Better
be
to be alone on a rooftop with a crust of bread than in a house with feasting and strife.
wise words of a wise man.
Yeah,
George
George
the
L.
Elder. Yeah. I knew he was wise, but his last name is Elder, so
Yeah, that just
um
proved.
it's amazing. I don't know. I've never really liked these rabbit hole type things, even though I'm down a rabbit hole. But it's like I'm technically going down the rabbit hole without actually going down it because I'm not like feeding my own beliefs. Like these people are
Yeah,
stuck in this black hole where they're all cheering each other on and telling each other that they're doing the right thing and like feeding their own beliefs. I'm only down this rabbit hole because I think it's funny, and so I click on it and I keep getting recommended more stuff, which I also think is funny.
'cause you're observing the rabbit hole.
I am, and that's actually something that's like so important. If you can manage to go down a rabbit hole without actually like going down, like then just like going down different rabbit holes to widen your perspective is just very good for you.
Yeah,
Just make sure not to get trapped. You always have to have a way out.
that's right. You always need to bring a shovel.
Yep, so you can dig out.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I would like recommend for this guy to do that would like help him understand things, rather than just like critically think. Just critically think
I
about
mean,
things.
there are experiences that you get from going out in the world that you do not get from you
Yeah.
know, critical thinking or clips on YouTube
hmm
of women getting humbled.
Yep. TBH, I just don't meet girls in my life. This face. Work
Work
alone.
alone, live alone, and all hobbies are me being alone.
Wow.
It's pretty chill, and I don't feel lonely the slightest, but to be honest, even if I met girls, probably they wouldn't want anything to do with me. That's very sad.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't think they would want anything to do with you because you have no hobbies and you
Yeah.
you you sit alone and you work alone and you're just
Yeah.
alone. I mean, like not interacting with women is sad enough, but if you're just not going to interact with anyone, that is kind of that's just a whole new level. Oh God. As long as miracles from God comes, this is the time to be single and be silent. Something for me to repeat for myself. What does that even mean? The
The
miracle is
miracle is
coming.
coming.
Oh
Ah,
man, Manhood's working his magic.
yeah, he is.
He's trying to convince God to make a miracle happen.
Or maybe manhood just is God.
Oh, he is God. Yeah, that would be something. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he is God. He's like, oh, don't worry, guy. I got something in the works. Tomorrow you're gonna wake
Oh,
up and there will be just no women at all.
that's right. A
I realize
marriage will be abolished.
I realized they were a mistake and I just removed them all.
Yeah, he finally realized.
Yeah. All around the world, God is finally realizing. God's finally waking up.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of questions that can't be answered by thought.
True.
Like I was talking to you about this earlier, but I thought we might share it with our audience. How when I was growing up, I used to just think there were certain questions that just could never be answered, and and I would use them as jokes to because it's like just so well known that they can't be answered. Like the biggest one was, what's the meaning of life? Right? Obviously, there's no way to know what the meaning of life is, so it's just funny to say. Um, but
Yeah.
it's actually not that hard to figure out. Just by observing the way that life works and like how people work and how we work and how like I as an individual work, it's really not that hard to figure out.
It's yeah, it's very sad how devolved, how deformed and deflated, and just the erectile dysfunction we have for philosophy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, philosophy can't get hard.
Yeah, it's well, no, people can't get hard for philosophy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, I just found out another interesting post.
Really?
I don't even know what this one means. I love the ones I don't know what they mean because we have to figure it out. So,
Yeah.
what exactly is this? I didn't even know this was from Manhood when I first saw it.
Okay. All right. Let's go. And they be like, men are jerks.
Clown
Clown
face.
emoji.
Okay, so clown, it's Pennywise. That's Pennywise. Ayo, bitch. I gangbang and got no education. Emails.
No, females with the F cut off.
Oh, I see. I was gonna say that's not how you spell emails.
Yeah.
Um. So okay, so females, bro. Why do they call them females?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
pretty weird. I understand
There's
what the point of that is sometimes, but in this situation, it doesn't make sense. So if you were to say females, you'd be referring to like girls and women. But in this case, if you were also referring to girls, I'd be pretty worried.
yeah.
Like you're obviously just referring to women, so why say females? That's just weird. It's kind of
I
nasty.
don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be degrading somehow.
Maybe. I mean, they
Oh,
go.
they're not even women. They're just females. No one
Oh,
cares.
like okay, what? That's that's so weird. How would that be degrading though? Like, yeah, man. God, dude, Hitler, the horrible things that he has done. I mean, he's not even a human. He's just a Homo sapien.
Yeah, he's just a male.
Yeah. Had one that said, "If you asked me for sex, I would have said yes, but since you took me out, I'm gonna say no." Beach what?
Beach
Okay then. Oh, it's Todd
in the
Packer.
gutter.
It's Todd Packer.
In
No way. Oh my God, bro.
oh
That works so well. I don't know if you
wow.
haven't seen The Office, right? Right?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, people who have seen The Office, you know what I mean. Todd Packer is
Uh,
absolutely someone who would be on this community.
ah, Todd Packer
Yep.
in the gutter. Dot dot dot. Fitting.
Yeah, that's where they all end up. Yeah, everyone knows
Yeah.
that. Like another like big question that people have been like wondering about and like questioning and stuff. It's so dumb. It's such a bad question. Actually, let me find the video. What is a woman? Let's figure it out.
What is a woman?
Oh God,
Can
I've
you tell
seen
me
this
that?
guy before.
It's a simple.
Piers Morgan.
Um, I've seen the guy who asks what is a woman, but I've also seen Piers Morgan. So
Okay, well,
uh,
let's just see. Let's watch this.
yeah,
It's a simple question that now terrifies politicians the world over, and it's this: what is a woman? What's a woman? Well, what is a woman? What is a woman? Out of interest, can a woman have
that
penis?
guy.
Oh,
What's a woman? Well, what is a woman? What is a
him.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Professor Dave explains. He sort of debunked him. He smeared his balls into the
He humbled
ground
him.
like Or he is. Yeah, he humbled him.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
A woman out of interest. Can a woman have a penis? Facts are facts.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna watch this video and we're gonna commentate while it goes, and then at the end I'm gonna answer it because it's not that big of a question. Like it's a pretty easy question.
It's very easy
Science
to
is
answer.
It's
science.
extremely easy.
What is a woman to you?
So for me, a woman is someone who is an adult, who is human, and is female. And female is both a biological category, where we're talking about biological sex, and a gender category. So depending on what we're talking about, if you're saying best female rapper, no one's checking chromosomes. If you're talking about female reproductive health, you know, people aren't just talking about your social life. It can be a biological or a gender category.
So when, for example, the hot issue of the day, when you have trans women athletes who are competing against women born to female biological bodies, do you think that's fair?
Do I think that's fair? I think you'd have to take a look at the whole picture.
Or Leah Thomas, the swimmer, for
So
example.
it might be that in 5 to 10 years, when you have much more trans athletes breaking through, and you might see cisgender women at a disadvantage, you have to go, let's rejig the system in a way which can protect women's sport and include trans people. I think right now, because trans people have been so marginalised from
You see, here's my
sport.
problem. You're a smart young lady, right? I follow you on Twitter. You're very
Okay, listen. So I'm gonna pause it. So it's funny to me that the things that they're saying are also the answers to like the questions that they're asking. Like they're using words that are the answer, right? He asked about trans women, right? So a trans woman, you've to describe the specific category of woman that you're talking about, you use the word trans. We have words to describe things,
Yeah.
right? So a woman is an adult female human being, right? We've established that. And then a trans woman would be an adult female human being who was like born a man, right? So I can even look up. So woman definition. Okay. So this is what a woman is, an adult female human being. Trans woman definition. A person who is registered as a male at birth but who lives and identifies as a woman, a transgender woman.
Yeah, it
What-
makes sense.
What is the confusion about? We have no like we're not lacking in words to describe reality.
Yeah,
we
just
have exactly what we need right here. What is the debate about?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. And about the trans sports thing, like yeah, so we have these so like the solution to this problem is the solution that we've used in the past, right? It's the same solution. Well, I don't know why people are treating it differently. So we have men, and we can't have women competing with men because women are significantly weaker. So what we did was we devised our own, category of women's sports to make it fair, right? So now we have trans women who are not as strong as men, but not as weak as women. And what are we gonna do? They don't fit into either category, so let's create a new category. How about that? That's so easy. That seems like the easiest thing in the world to do.
It's an easy solution for sure.
Like that is exactly what needs to happen. Just create a middle category for trans people who are on hormones, and then that'll sort of even it out. Like
Yeah.
I don't get what the confusion is about. It's so simple. Is everyone dumb or something? Is there something I'm
Yeah.
missing? Like I just don't get it.
smart. You're very intellectually rigorous about stuff. You know when you look at stuff like Leah Thomas demolishing women in the pool in America that this isn't fair. And you
Like I don't even
can support, as I do and you do, trans rights defenders and equality, and understand that on issues like sport, it is unfair. What is a woman?
Oh yeah. So I'm also gonna go into this is sort of something else I want to talk about is the pronouns. So there's certain pronouns that exist. So like I said, we have words to describe things. If a word doesn't like describe something, and the thing that it describes can't just be you, because that's what we have names for. That's what names are for. So
Yeah.
if someone says that their pronouns are like I don't even know, like Tim and Tay, Tim Tay, I don't know. I'm just made something up. that's not something that is useful. That's not something that needs to be in the English language.
Yes.
That doesn't
yeah,
serve a
it's-
purpose.
It's not designating like any particular concept at all.
Yeah.
It's designating a vague emotion that you have conjured.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yes.
Everyone who exists can fit into either him, he, him, she, her, or I guess even they, them. Because even they, them, that's not like creating an entirely new word. That's just using words we already have. If
Yeah.
someone doesn't want to identify as male or female, if they're like, I don't really know that much about, like, I don't know if it's biologically possible, but I'm going to assume that it is. I'm going to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to assume that, they are not male or female mentally, then they can be they, them. And that is not the difference between that and like Tay or like Tay and Tim. Like Tay Tim, that's literally they them. That's just that word pronounced differently.
Yeah.
Zay Zim, like you're just making things up. That's not something that exists. If you want to have a specific sound that defines you, change your name to something that you want. That's what we have names for.
True.
I mean, that's literally what a name is. Like, my gosh, it's so annoying.
Yeah, that's
How
a
do people
good point.
understand that?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with the price of bread, Piers? I
I've
came here to
literally
speak
told you I'm
freedom of
about to
speech.
debate this
I don't want that
movie.
segment. Bye, ask the next guest.
What is a woman?
I can't understand
What do you mean,
anything
ask
she
the next-
just
I said ask the
said.
next guest.
You don't know what a woman is?
A woman
I know.
is someone who defines as a woman, period, done. Next
anyone?
Next guest, please.
Anyone? Okay, I'm a woman. Is that yeah?
I said next guest because that's not my segment.
If I say I'm a
Boo,
woman,
I know you're trying to trap me and I'm not falling
if
for
I
it.
say I'm a woman,
Sorry.
do you agree I'm a woman?
What is she talking about?
I
mean,
don't know.
If you're worried about being trapped, then you're probably not right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the thing.
I just know you're trying to prove me wrong, so I'm not gonna listen to you.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Because if you're right, I stand by this 100%. If you are right about something, then you're just right. You can't be trapped into a corner because you are right.
Yeah.
Like, if you are right, there is always a way to convince someone. The only people who can be trapped are people who are wrong,
True.
right? Unless you're getting caught in semantics, but in that case, then why even bother?
Yeah.
Woman.
I said next guest because I'm
Right,
not falling for
because-
it. Bye. You're not getting your little clip out of me, your little audio clip out of me.
Actually, without realizing,
I mean, this is the clip, though.
you may have just given me my little clip. That's the
Okay.
point.
That's wonderful for
That,
you.
ironically, is the clip.
That's wonderful
Because
for
when
you.
young women
Live your
can't
best
actually
life.
say what a woman is, I think it's
I
mad.
am a woman.
You're a
I
woman.
am a young woman who's very proud.
Am
of a
I if I
membership-
say I'm a woman?
I'm very proud to serve a membership of
I get
students
it.
who support free speech, who work hard to make sure that our students'
You said
unions
anybody
facilitate
who
free
says
speech,
they're a woman's a
and
woman.
who exercise their democratic right to protest and do so in a
Okay.
way that is in line with the law.
What is a woman? No.
Okay, that was tiring to listen to.
Yeah.
Celia, that her over there. There's
But-
plenty of us.
I mean, but are you worried that in this trans debate, because I support trans rights to fairness
So
and
do
equality,
I, of course.
I just don't like the attack on women's rights that some of the activists are driving, where you have in sport this apparent unfairness now going on. I mean, what do you think when you see that?
Well, I don't watch sport.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I know what you're talking about, yes, and I know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say
do.
anything. I
Yes,
never
of course you
dreamed to
do.
tell you what
yes,
to
you want me
say.
to agree with you.
Yeah, okay, that's another thing. I'm pretty sure they're getting afraid that they're going to offend someone. There's nothing offensive about just stating a fact.
I mean, yeah, everyone's either right or left leaning on the
Yeah, that is just awful.
here.
I hate the idea that people should just have to choose a side and stand by that side religiously. God forbid anyone actually think about anything.
Yeah.
No one can think for themselves. If they don't perfectly in line with what this side has determined to be correct, then screw you,
Yeah.
right? It's stupid.
But also, like, I know that she's going to, that she's just going to say the opposite of whatever he's saying, the right-leaning side or whatever, as if that is unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually, I'm going to say something kind of controversial right now. Well, it shouldn't be controversial because it is true. But I'm sure there's probably going to be people who are going to get mad at me for this. So it's I want to make it clear first. I'm going to do this beforehand so people don't just click off. I am in support of trans rights and the LGBTQ community, their rights and everything like that. I just rights for everyone. Why not? Because there's just no reason not to. That it doesn't make sense why they wouldn't have rights. There's no reason for that. Okay, but I do think you can provide that while still acknowledging what it actually is. So the way evolution works is there will be a let me take polar bears for example. So polar bears were originally brown. They were just like regular bears. But then, one day a polar bear was born with a genetic mutation that made its fur white. And then because of that, it blended into the snow and it was it was able to catch prey easier. And so therefore its children who also got that gene, that entire bloodline just survived much longer while the other bears had a much harder time surviving until all the polar bears were white. Eventually that's what happened. So what gayness and just I guess people in the LGBTQ community and trans and everything like that, what that is, it's a genetic mutation. It's a mutation in the mind. I mean, if your mind and your body don't match, then clearly there's something wrong, right?
Yeah.
Genetically, it's a mutation, right? But it's not that. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get the way people are reacting to that is just very dumb. People are just on one extreme side or the other. They can't acknowledge what it is and also have a reasonable response to it. The people who acknowledge it is a mutation are like, oh, well, get rid of it. It's against God. It's Satanism. It's what they're saying is just they're idiots. And then the people who are on their side refuse to admit the fact that it is a mutation. I just don't understand. You can acknowledge reality and still come to a reasonable conclusion.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you can only acknowledge reality if you are to come to a reasonable conclusion.
Exactly, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like the pure hatred that each side is feeling towards each other is preventing anyone from backing down and coming to a rational path.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's so dumb. I don't get what's wrong with everyone.
You.
No, I don't. This is uncensored, Michelle.
Well, of course it's uncensored. I think that a person should be who they feel that they are and but I do believe, I can't say this. I can't say this. No, I can't.
Why? You feel like you can't because you may get into trouble.
I can't because I don't want to get hate mail.
You see, but you've gone through...
See, yeah. People afraid to say what they're actually thinking because they don't want to get hate mail. It's like
by this point, everyone already knows what she thinks.
Yeah, she's already people are already writing hate mail to her at this point.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I've never understood just the extremism in society. It's so dumb.
Your entire career saying exactly what you always think.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No,
I've read your diary.
I've never gotten into the politics of biology.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Well, I understand why people don't want to go there. Yeah.
Well, yes, I don't want to go there.
If I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
And there is sorry for pausing it again, but there's reasons that things happen. The people who are confused about this woman thing, I guess they just think reality is just kind of wishy-washy. It's just kind of whatever we want it to be. Everything can be explained, especially if something is out of the ordinary. Let's take a psychopath, for example. Someone who kills with no motivation, no remorse, no anything. It's just so out of the ordinary. So the reason that they're doing that is because they have a mental illness that it makes it that way. It's not just they feel like they can do that and so they can.
I don't know how accurate of a description of a psychopath that is, but yeah.
Well, a psychopath killer, rather.
Right.
Not just any psychopath.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Let's say a human being with boobs. You just start there.
Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
god.
the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just
And
says
a
a human,
vagina.
adult, female,
Yeah.
right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they. That's getting a
And I'm
little
not
wrap.
sure why, really. It's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. Because I support all trans rights to fairness.
Bro,
and
how do I get
equality.
on the show? I would love to
Not
just
where you
like
have
spit
people
facts.
born to obvious physical
Yeah.
superior bodies,
Me too.
transitioning and then
Facts
thrashing
that
the women
peers.
at their sport.
Yeah.
Totally
I'd humble
agree.
him.
And I will say
Yeah.
this, and everybody's gonna hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that.
I know that for a fact. Like if you
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's not what makes you a woman. What makes you a woman is, I mean, what we've decided in society, what seems to be the ongoing theme is that what makes you a woman more than your physical body is your mind. And I agree with that because I think, you can chop off your arm and you're still you. You can chop off your leg, you're still you. If you somehow were able to decapitate yourself and survive, you'd still be you. I think your brain is far more you than your body. So I think that what makes someone a woman is the brain chemistry rather than the actual physical form. Meaning that
Yeah.
someone who is trans, who is like born a man and then later changes to a woman, more than likely they have a female mind. So yeah, it's not the changing of your body that makes you a woman, it's the fact that you were born with the wrong mind. Or the wrong body, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
want me
Yeah,
to
there
call you
are.
her,
I mean, it's sort of a fact.
It is.
I mean, there are different structures in the male and female brain. Yeah,
Yeah, there are.
and yeah,
I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
A woman is an adult female who does not have a penis. I can't even believe I have to say that on air. This is not something that should be debated. It's a biological fact.
Who does not have a... Wait, what?
women
You can't
not
refute-
born with penises.
Wait, what? How is he in support of trans rights if he thinks that a trans woman can't exist?
I mean, I'm sure he can still support their rights even if he doesn't think they are valid.
Well, why would he, though?
Well,
If in his mind, what he thinks is happening is that's pretty weird. Wait, what?
well, in his mind, what he thinks, I would guess what he thinks is happening is that someone is doing something dumb and potentially ruining their own life, but he also thinks that people should have the right to their own life, so I guess
Okay,
that's his
I
thought
guess that's fair.
process.
That's fair.
Basic scientific sexual physiology. How have we got here, Matt? How have we got to a place
And
where
here's
young
this.
women
It's
are
More.
Let's see what he has
paralyzed
to
with
say.
fear about even saying what they are?
I'm excited.
This is gender ideology. I mean, that's what this is. And you could kind of, if you want to trace it back, you could kind of
Producer and host of What is a Woman? Oh, wow.
decide how far back you want to go. There are certain landmark moments you can point to in history. Now, I think for a lot of people, it feels like everyone knew what a woman was, and a man was a man, and a woman was a woman, up until about 8 years ago, and then everyone lost their minds.
Final question.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, sorry. So, calling back to what I was saying about like the mutation. So, normally in nature, so there are you're probably wondering why like there's no gay animals, right? So, the reason is every time there is a gay animal born, it just doesn't reproduce. So that gene of being gay doesn't get passed down. Right?
True.
But with humans, the first gay human, there was a societal like pressure for this guy to or girl to have sex and have children, and so then that's how that gene got passed down. and then it just spread, and that's why. So now today, everyone. So there's been gay people for like a long time, but it's just today people are a lot more comfortable coming out, which is why it seems like there's so many.
Yeah.
And actually, another controversial thing today, I do think there are a larger number than there should be of people who are just saying that because they want to be part of it.
I'm sure.
I'd like to think that most people are telling the truth, but there's definitely a percentage that are just lying for like attention or whatever.
Matt, in the interest of
Yeah.
fair play, what is a
Like I've actually met people who have lied about that kind of thing.
man?
Oh, yes.
Well, if a woman is an adult human female, then I suppose a man would be an adult human male, I would say.
I think it really is as simple as that.
All right.
Wow.
Well, yeah. That's that.
Do you love getting high, but smoking hurts your lungs?
What?
I've got you covered. You
What do you-
need
what do you-
to try these Delta 9 gummies from Moon.
No, I don't. I don't want to try that. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this. Hopefully, like if you have questions about things, there's a pretty good chance that you can answer it yourself. But
It's
I mean,
definitely possible.
if you can't, you should. If you do have a question about something like societal or like you want to hear our thoughts on something, definitely please write a comment because I would love questions to like try and answer.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of questions are again like I said pretty easy to answer. Especially like political stuff, just by thinking. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this crazy episode of Video Time. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.